as is tradition, we knew it was going to happen this one time, but all kinds of shit happened the day after we recorded some comic news.
Happens every time. That's how you know that it's become serendipitous at this point. As a matter of fact, if it's like a long dry spell and we kind of need some action, then I'll suggest let's do a comic news, and that's a surefire way to kick up something.
Right? That's true. Yeah. If like just been no major announcements or whatever, we'll just make up some shit, do a comic news, and then
bam.
I think the most infamous version of this happening was we did a comic news and talked about all sorts of things, and then like the very next day, James Gunn and Peter Safran just literally came out and dropped their Phase 1 in that like now famous live stream or whatever for like an hour and a half, just talking about the DC universe and everything. And I think that day we recorded, like I was like, hey dog, clear your schedule. I'm coming over. Like we about to do the thing. So
yeah, it was one of those things where we practically, this wasn't literal, but it felt like we took the headphones off from recording like our comic news episode, and then we just put them right back on.
Yeah,
that was probably the most infamous example of that happening. But
some shit has popped off like while we were in here a couple times.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah. Like,
While we
like we'd be in here recording and like some news would hit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's been a few things that have popped off, but yeah, we'll get to it. But I suppose first and foremost, we should discuss the latest trailer one of the latest trailers that have dropped.
Yes,
that being the trailer for the Supergirl movie.
And we have not discussed this at all. Actually, I've been very anxious to hear your thoughts on the trailer.
Yeah.
What did you what was your overall thoughts on it?
Now, I thought it was overall. I thought it was a solid trailer. I mean, I like it for the most part. It's not that I have any issue with it. It's just that it reminds me of the book. And as I've said before, I'm not a big fan of Woman of Tomorrow. I know, hot take. I'm the only person.
It's just you.
It's just me, and that's fine. I am used to being on islands. I mean, so for better or for worse, it really is grabbing the tone of that, especially with the depiction of Kara, with her being this more kind of free-spirited, chaotic, high morale type of person that she is. They're really nailing that. So I think that for better or for worse, if you are a fan of Woman of Tomorrow, which clearly you should be because everyone loves it, then I think that this will really put things in an interesting light. What I am curious about is, especially watching the trailer, you have to let me know. I'm curious if they're going to abide by like one of the more interesting story points for me in that, which is probably the best thing about the story for me, which is that with Kara, it starts off with her going to a planet that has a red sun purposefully so she can get shit-faced for her 21st birthday. I think in the trailer they changed it to 23, but she's still getting shit-faced at a bar, we see. Which leads me to still believe she is on a planet somewhere that has probably a red sun, or just some strong as fuck shit that can fuck up a Kryptonian.
Right.
And the reason why that was such a smart move in both the comic book and probably here in this movie as well is because obviously with the Kryptonian physiology, she needs to go a place like that in order to be inebriated. But also it set the course for the story because now when she is needed as Supergirl, she's not at full capacity. And that, to me, made the story just a little bit more interesting because the main villain of this thing is Krim, just a guy named Krim of the Yellow Hills. And his whole thing is he killed the other MC's dad. And MC, I think her name is like Ruth or Ruthie, something like that. She wants revenge. But she can't do it alone, and so she tries to hire Kara to help her out here, and it becomes like this kind of globe-trotting thing with them tracking down Krim. He's always one step ahead, and he's just a shitbag, no real special powers or anything. But I guess the point I'm getting at here is I am curious as to if they are going to stick directly to that same tone and style, or if they're going to deviate from it, and if so, to what degree. But I mean, overall, like the trailer looked like it was a solid depiction of Woman of Tomorrow and like both tone and levity and even plot to a degree.
It looked pretty good to me. I think I have like a plus and a minus. Obviously, before I get into those, obviously I think Millie is a great choice. This trailer really solidified that. I think I like from the moment that we got her as the DCU Supergirl, I was 100% behind it, and the trailer has not changed that at all. If anything, it's bumped it up to 110%. But my plus and my minus. So my plus is I'm glad that Lobo is like barely in this trailer because my fear was that this was going to become the Lobo and Supergirl movie. Glad that doesn't seem to be the case. He's like barely fucking in the trailer for 2 seconds.
Right.
And I think my minus is there's a VFX shot, and there's always room to fix this. I mean, we saw this actually in Superman. There's a shot in the trailer that I've seen it about 5 or 6 times now, and every time this shit bothers me. It's that scene where she's like swinging the big ass ball or whatever. It looks hokey, man. Like it's very clearly this little girl holding a stick. It doesn't look like she's swinging it. You know what I mean? Like the effect is just not good. And I'm really hoping that in post they'll
clean it up. They got time.
They'll clean that up. Yeah, because it looks terrible in the trailer to me. That shot does.
I need to go back and rewatch that shot.
Yeah. Other than that, though, it looks pretty good to me. The trailer was very fun. It's very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque, which obviously like there are worse things you could be.
Right.
So yeah, I hope that it is fun. The things I'm the most excited about in the trailer is the Krypton stuff. Because it looks like they're going to go kind of into that. Does the book do that?
Not to my recollection, no.
Yeah, so I think some of the stuff I read online kind of leads us to believe that they're going to set Brainiac up for Man of Tomorrow with this movie.
That's kind of smart.
And essentially the idea being that Brainiac was on Krypton when it was destroyed and snatched up Kandor.
Yeah.
I think that might, based on the trailer, that might be accurate. I loved some of the dialogue in this trailer. I haven't read the graphic novel yet. We're going to review it, though, before the movie comes out. But you talked about how some of the dialogue was terrible in it. And if it's the dialogue from this trailer, then that can't be possible because there's a couple of really fucking great lines in this trailer. One of them is actually about the destruction of Krypton. Ruthie says, what was it like to lose everything in a day? And Kara says Krypton wasn't destroyed in a day. The gods aren't that kind, I think she says. And I really loved that line. And I also really, really, really loved the line where she asked, like, what's Superman like? And she said, he sees the good in everybody, but I see the truth. Yeah. And I loved that as the differentiator between the two of them. Yeah. I thought that was just like a perfect way to do that because there's too many iterations of Supergirl where she's just Superman with a vagina. Right?
Right.
CW. I didn't think Melissa Benoist did a bad job. I liked her. I really liked Laura Vandervoort in Smallville. I thought that she did a good job, but there's just no reason to depict Kara as just girl Superman.
Agreed.
It doesn't just need to be Clark Kent, but girl. But we already had this character,
right?
So, and it worked in as much as anything in the Arrowverse worked because there was no Clark.
Right.
Until there was. Yeah. But when there wasn't a Superman, it was like, oh, okay, well,
and that's true. That's a fair point.
We had Oliver, who was Batman.
Yep.
And then we had the Flash, and then we had Kara standing in for Clark, and they kind of had their own little thing.
Yeah.
And it worked out, I guess, as well as it could have. They were very pretty.
Yeah. If we can go with that.
Yeah, they were very pretty. They looked very good in their outfits.
So, I do want to say that it's not that I'm not excited for this movie, because I am, and I have been since day one. And since day one, we've all known that this movie was going to be heavily based on Woman of Tomorrow. And you said something earlier about like the VFX effect of her swinging that big ass, look like a makeshift mace.
Yeah, but it looked like it belonged to like an ogre or something. Yeah, you know,
it probably did. I can only assume though that the real money shots in this movie are going to be gorgeous, because the best thing about One of Tomorrow, for me, hands down, the artwork. Yeah. It is incredible. And no one can really take that away from this book. Artwork is top notch. So what I am curious about is how they are going to, I guess, handle the crypto stuff. Are we going to have crypto get shot? I think that's incredibly bold if they do.
Man, oh man.
Yeah.
Listen, to the homie Lauren, if you're watching this, she hasn't seen Superman yet, but she has. She's going to do it before our year-end review on Wednesday. I was like, all right, if there's a movie that you needed to watch, you know, it was Sinners. But if there's another one, it's Superman for 2025. But I had to go ahead and just warn her ahead of time. I'm like, look, crypto has superpowers. He's going to be okay. I'm just going to go ahead. I know you'd be worried the whole time, stressing the fuck out. I'm just going to let you know that crypto is fine. Yeah. If crypto gets shot in this movie, man, so I'm just going to have to go see it before her and report back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely would not take her with you opening night because, there is definitely a high possibility that that crypto gets shot.
The world is going to implode.
Dog.
Yeah, he is a dog.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Sometimes
listen, the expert analysis that you have me here to provide.
This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm worried that that my thoughts aren't getting through. So I'm glad that you're here to verify.
And also to remind the homies, they may have forgotten that crypto is a dog.
Crypto is in fact the super dog. Yes. Yeah. But there's no greater way to set up Krim as this big bad villain than to have him shoot crypto.
Right.
So I think another difference they're going to have, though, is I can't imagine the character Ruthie having the same amount of screen time and or presence as Kara, because this has got to be Kara's movie. Whereas in the book, because she's already such an established character, she's really used to help Ruthie grow more so than Kara,
Yeah, it seems like they might flip that in this one.
Yeah.
Which is smart.
It is. But no, I'm really looking forward to seeing. I'm sure that they'll do at least one more full-size trailer, because the movie comes out in June.
Yeah. And you think we get you think the cameos flip? You think we get Clark?
It's possible. I guess if it ends up with Kara going back to Earth, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it would be fun if he goes out into space and to find her. Like, you were supposed to be back like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. We really we touched on this in our most recent episode, but the new suit looks great. Mm-hmm. Absolutely love that suit.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's a really good look for her, and I like the sculpt of it as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's a pretty snazzy looking suit, and it's only some minor differences between what she wore and the Superman movie, but they're big enough to notice upon examination.
Yeah, it looks fresh. Joel Schumacher would be very pleased.
Are there nipples on that one?
No. Yeah, well, probably so. Under, but but no added nipples.
Okay,
it's all natural nipples. There's no added, no 100% added nipples. But so he always had to have the suit upgrade at the end of the movie.
That's true.
But there would have been a crotch shot of her putting the belt on,
and
for sure.
Say, with the skirt, you probably shouldn't do a crotch shot. You shouldn't do those at all, really.
I was going to say, I don't think any of them went particularly well.
No, they didn't. And even as a kid, I remember just wondering, why am I seeing this?
Yeah, why is it very important that I know that Batman is packing?
And not just Batman, but we got it for Batman, Robin, and Batgirl.
Yeah.
Like, he made sure, like, okay, all three of them, we need a titty / pec shot, we need a crotch shot, and an ass shot.
An ass shot.
For all three of them.
And then the mask. Yeah.
Just in case people are confused as to who was suiting up.
Right, exactly. You got to make sure that, like, this is how we identify these people.
Oh, man. Good old Joe Schumacher.
Rest in peace.
May he rest in peace. Really quick, there was something else I wanted to run by you. This was something that I've seen just recently here, and I thought it was interesting. I haven't devoted enough brain power yet to determine where I disagree or agree, but I just thought it was an interesting list nonetheless. Comicbook.com actually just recently listed what they consider to be the best 10 Marvel video games, and they have them ranked. And so I figured we'd take a look at this really quick.
That's a good segue into our main event tonight.
Yeah. At number 10, they have X-Men Origins Wolverine. Have you played that one?
Yeah.
That's actually a really good game.
It's way fucking better than the movie it's based off of.
Which is so funny for me because when they made that game, it was one of those cases where they only got a few notes as to what was going to happen in the movie. But for the most part, they had no idea what was going to happen. So the story in that game is nonsensical, but it's still way better than the story that we got in the actual movie.
Yeah. And it actually plays a lot like the Deadpool game that we got a few years ago.
Yeah. I love the dynamic healing system, the destructive system in the game. It was really fun. Number 9, they have Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Okay.
Out of all the Marvel vs. Capcom games, spoiler alert, there's only one that made the list, and for me, it wouldn't be 3. It'd be 2.
2. Yeah, 2 is kind of the gold standard.
Number 8, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
I don't think I ever played that one.
I remember there being a lot of hype around this game when it came out back in the day. I don't know or remember if I played it either, though.
What era is that?
Shattered Dimensions has got to be late era PS1, I want to say.
Okay, so because I played Web of Shadows, and I loved Web of Shadows back then.
Yeah, there were a few Spider-Man games that came out back in the day. Number 7, Marvel Rivals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we can thumbs up that. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that being here on the list. Number 6, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, there was a lot that I think they could have done with that game that we can kind of sit here and dissect or whatever. But, you know, that's really from a standpoint of me going, I wish they had made a different type of game.
Yeah.
If we want to keep it in the lane of the game they set out to make, they did a great job.
I agree. I only wish it had come out before the Avengers game. I think that it would have been way better received.
Yeah, because it was damaged goods by then.
Absolutely, yeah. Number 5, the 2004 Spider-Man 2. That game was actually, at least to me, a little bit ahead of its time.
Yeah.
With like the open road and side mission type of adventures you could go on. The swing system was pretty good for its time too, especially again with it being semi-open world. Number 4, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yes.
I love that game.
Yes. Amazing.
Yeah.
Ultimate Alliance 2 better be on here as well and higher up on this list.
You think 2 is better than 1?
Yeah. No?
Not for me. I like 2.
You didn't think they did a good job with the Civil War storyline?
It's not even really so much the story. I just think actually that I like there were more RPG elements in the first one.
That's fair. Yeah, I see that.
Number 3, Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Never played it.
I did play this one. This was like 360 PS4 era. Mm-hmm. It was pretty good, actually. Yeah.
This is not the last time we're going to talk about Lego tonight.
Yeah, absolutely not. Number 2 is the 2000 Spider-Man game. I do remember playing this one. I just think that this is a random pick, though.
That's a very odd pick.
Yeah, and then for number 2, like, wow. All right. And number one, Marvel Spider-Man. I'm assuming they're referring to the 2018 Insomniac.
Yeah. So I would definitely yeet number 2 off this list and put Midnight Suns right there.
Ooh. I don't know if I put Midnight Suns at number 2, but it would go on the list probably for me.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'd put it on the list. I don't know if I'd put it right there necessarily. I think, for me, if I'm being honest, I think top 3 is probably Spider-Man. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue with that. The first one for me. So 2018 Spider-Man, and then I actually probably would go Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 in the number 2 spot. And then I would probably go Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in the number 3.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I don't know how. Maybe they meant to put a 2 where they put the 3.
Yeah.
For Marvel vs. Capcom. But then again, if you're going to put Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on here, then it would be way higher than number 9.
Right.
So, yeah, interesting list. Not shitting on them or their list. It's just, interesting. We would have done it differently, but hey.
Yeah, as it turns out, there's a lot of Spider-Man games.
There's a shit ton of Spider-Man. They could have just did a ranking of Spider-Man games, but they didn't do that.
It's really annoying, right, that none of the 6 main movie Avengers have their own game that's good or thought of as good. Like, really, all 6 of them could have a great video game.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, they already did the work for Thor. Like, Santa Monica already did exactly, all that shit for a Thor game.
I guess, though, I would be trigger shy if I were Marvel to do that because I would be wondering, can we do it better than Santa Monica did it?
No. So, probably not.
Yeah. That's kind of, that'd be the hard part.
You would have to go real hard on the story.
Yeah. Absolutely. But you're right, though. It seems like built-in money potentially to be printed if they leaned into making these Avenger-based video games. But I guess the problem is the problem that we always encounter with them, or with any of these big conglomerates. They're just worried about making money.
That's right.
So why give us these high-quality, maybe single-player excursions where we dive deep into the characters and their woes and the things that they're trying to overcome, and then their complex villains? Why give us that when you can give us loot boxes?
And what's crazy is, they say that that's what it's about, right? But there's so many interesting situations where there's money left on the table, right? The Avengers game, they lost their ass on that.
Yep.
That Suicide Squad game that came out that nobody wanted, lost their ass on it. Gotham Knights lost their ass on it. It's like they keep trying to make these games to milk money out of players, but they're not factoring in what you have to do with that. Like, yes, you can use video games to make a shit ton of money. Look at World of Warcraft. Look at fucking Minecraft. Look at Team Fortress. Look at any of these games that sell these skin packs and shit. What they miss out on though is that the game has to be fun, and then you find ways to monetize it. And I'm not necessarily praising or justifying that, but I'm saying if you are going to go that route, you have to make the game good first, and then you can monetize it. Like when Fortnite came out, it was just this revolutionary, cool ass thing that anybody at almost any age could pick it up, and they could have fun playing it. You take that and then you go, oh well, here's 10,000 different skins, and they cost $20.
Yeah.
And so you have to get there first.
Right. You
can't start at how can we squeeze the most amount of money out of this game, and then go, all right, well, I guess we should build a game too.
Right.
You have to come up with a concept that's fun and that people are invested in and they want to play. And then you can start to build your monetization elements up on top of that structure. And there's so many times where that doesn't happen. And then on the flip side of that, you have Bethesda right now. Fallout Season 2 is about to come out. They have not a fucking thing. This season is based on New Vegas.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they had a New Vegas remaster ready to go right now, pre-order?
Yeah.
They could have called out for the pre-order at the Game Awards. printing cash. Absolutely printing cash. Hell, they don't even have to remaster it that hard. They could just fix the bugs.
For them, that would be a remaster.
Yeah, exactly.
That damn near be a remake.
They would just steal the community patches
and
put them in their game and go, we fixed it.
What's crazy about that, about Fallout, what you just mentioned there, is I feel like we had the exact same conversation when Season 1 came out.
We did. We did.
Because they didn't have shit, really.
Yeah, and they still ain't got shit.
Yeah, and they still don't have shit. And in this day and age, folks, to make any kind of like prestige type television show, it takes a while now. Like, we're not really in the days of a season a year of television anymore.
Right.
It takes like 2.5 years damn near now for a season of television. And in that time frame, Bethesda could have been working on something. They could have been doing something. But instead, we now have vehicles in Starfield.
They didn't even make the Oblivion remaster. They farmed that out, so they could have done the same thing.
Right. So. It's I don't know, man.
This KOTOR remake that they announced that Sony was like, we're remaking KOTOR back in like 2019 or 2020, and we ain't even seen a screenshot of that.
Nope. I thought, I could be wrong. Didn't they say they put that on like a temporary pause like 2 years ago or something?
Well, it changed developers is what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think my mind just interpreted that as, it's not happening.
But we were assured within the last few months that it's like once every couple of months they like let these people out of the basement they have them trapped in, and they're like, yes, we are still working on the game, and then they like take their phone and like push them back down in there.
Grab a stick, get back down.
Yeah. I will burn your feet. Your feet.
Oh shit. Well, we do have some very interesting things to talk about tonight.
We do.
So I suppose we should get to it. Homies, one and all, welcome back to another very special episode of the Superhero Homies Podcast. My name is Quentin, and as always, I'm here with the world's greatest co-host, the homie Caleb.
I'm here with Junior and the world's greatest host. So
what up, Junior?
Yeah, I mean, it's time. And if at any point you forget what show you're watching, Junior got you.
He does.
Tonight, folks, we are here to talk about the 2025 Video Game Awards. Obviously, we'll go ahead and, just call out the ginormous purple elephant in the room. Expedition 33 walked away with everything. These people had to have been tired of walking up to the stage. They played that music about 40 times.
They were probably relieved on, like, the 2 times that they didn't win.
Yeah. Which we're going to talk about that and the travesty that is both of those things. But just kind of like overall, I watched the award show last night as it was happening. I know you've seen like the highlights of it. Do you have any like overall thoughts that you want to get out there?
Yeah. So there were 2 main reasons why I wasn't able to catch this thing live. One of them, admittedly, is more prevalent than the other, but still. So one reason why I didn't watch it completely in live is because this was like the first time in about 2 months that me and the homie Kevin and the homie Tame had time to get online and do some gaming together.
Got it.
And number 2 is because I knew that there were going to be some cool trailers that we were going to see, but I'm thinking I can just watch them as they drop on YouTube in like a couple hours. But also, I was so excited for Expedition 33, but I knew there was no competition. So
yeah,
for me, it wasn't like it was going to be a close game. Like, I'm not a big sports fan, right? But the few times that I am is when I feel like it's going to be a competitive game. And I knew that this wasn't really going to be that competitive. For me, when I think about like my favorite gaming years for the VGAs, it would be like 2018. Like, that was tremendous because there was so much that could have won. This year, there were great games, don't get me wrong, but we all knew who was going to win.
Yeah, and apparently not everyone knew that based on like some of the comments online.
Oh, interesting.
But, this also happened in the Baldur's Gate 3 year, right? Mm-hmm. Where you saw, like, the super hot takes of, like, somebody posting a clip of like some level 1 combat in Baldur's Gate, like with like, you know, Astarion like walking across the screen and being like, and like they'd be like, how is this game of the year? Well, if you booted up the game and fucking played it, you would know.
Right.
But, you know, sitting in your basement, taking, you know, a break to type on Twitter between your Call of Duty matches is not exactly you experiencing the game. I feel like E33 is a lot of the same way. I did see some incredibly hot, spicy takes where, you know, people would talk about like, oh, you know, this game should have won, blah, blah, blah. It's interesting, you know, just kind of overall here that out of all the big three, Nintendo got one award at this thing, and Xbox got one award at this thing, and Sony got nothing. So out of your big three publishers, not a whole lot of people really loving their shit right now from any of them. And I think that's really telling that like the industry has really gone very heavily towards your indie developers, or at least your like AA developers, because a lot of these AAA developers, I mean, Todd Howard was there to present an award. He wasn't there to fucking announce anything. And a lot of people like freaked out when that shit happened. They was like, we want to welcome to the stage Todd Howard. And he walked out and everybody was like, ah. And I was like on Discord with some people and they were like, oh, Elder Scrolls 6, here we go. And I was like, he didn't bring shit. They don't have shit. I promise. They don't even have no Starfield DLC they've been talking about. Like, they do not have shit, man. He's here to just present, probably. And sure enough, that's what he was here to do.
He got on the mic and said, I didn't do fucking shit.
Yeah. He's like, I've been on vacation. I've been on PTO for 2 years. I saved it up.
Y'all have been playing Starfield?
Yeah. Yeah, they've been telling me around the office everyone loves Starfield and then everyone's playing it, and I should just not bother y'all.
Oh, man. There is something to be said for AA studios taking over.
Yeah.
It says a lot.
E33 had a budget of $10 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. That was Sandfall Interactive's budget.
Bruh, fucking Rockstar wouldn't even wipe their ass with $10 million.
Yeah. Rockstar would be like, is this just like for us to design the case for the game? Or
Right.
like, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, Jennifer English better charge $10 million for her next game because of the last 4 games of the year, she has a prominent role in 3 of them.
That's wild.
Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate, and E33. Yeah.
That's wild, but
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Yeah. Which, since we're talking about her, probably my favorite moment of the night was, I was very much behind her getting best voice actor. And that category did have a lot of competition.
It did.
It was steep. So we had...
There was some serious competition there. I do agree.
Yeah, so let me find that because it's I have all the awards here. So
Best performance, right?
yeah, so I know we had Jennifer English, in there. We had Ben Starr also for the exact same game.
Charlie Cox.
Yeah, Charlie Cox which was funny because, well, spoilers, he's not in it very long. Then we also had Konatsu Kato from Silent Hill. Which I have not played that, sorry. Erika Ishii from Ghost of Yotei.
Ghost of Yotei.
Really good work there. I haven't played the game. I've played
solid performance.
I've played Assassin's Creed. I'm good on those.
No, but this is good though, so you should actually try it.
Oh no, I mean I played Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor, so I played the best Assassin's Creed game.
That's Assassin's Creed.
And then of course Troy Baker.
Yeah. And honestly, like I could have seen him winning.
He nailed it.
Yes.
Because like Troy Baker going into that, it's just like anytime you're trying to play Indiana Jones or any other thing like that, like trying to play Iron Man, it's like this iconic role, and then they expect that voice to come out of there. Mm-hmm. And like his own kind of take on like Indiana Jones, but also incorporating Harrison Ford at the same time.
Yeah.
it was Chef's Kiss, man.
Yeah.
There wasn't really an undeserving person on this list. Honestly, and this is crazy, I think I would have maybe been the most upset if Charlie Cox won.
Which is a wild thing to say.
Which is a wild ass thing to say.
I agree.
But he did an amazing job.
Yeah.
He's just only in the game for like 10 hours tops. Like, if you do everything there is to do.
Charlie, he walked into the studio one morning, like, half sleep pajamas on, like a cup of boba in his hand.
Yeah.
And then, like, he read a few lines from a script and he went home and then he was like, I'm in a video game?
I think, didn't he say he only recorded like 10 hours or something?
Yeah, it wasn't much.
Yeah.
It was not a lot. Yeah.
But what he did put down was incredible.
Yeah.
But I think just, all these other people had to do like a ton of work. Mm-hmm. But Jennifer English winning for Mayel was my favorite moment of the night, especially because Neil Newman was one of the presenters of the award.
That's cool.
He won 2 years ago in Baldur's Gate. They were both nominated. And having met them and kind of seen in person, like the relationship that they have, they're very, just have this awesome friendship.
Yeah. And
so seeing that in person, having met them and then got to see them kind of have that moment was just like perfect,
That is great.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to her, because that is incredible. And one of the few categories that was actually stacked.
Yeah. Best community support was pretty interesting.
BG3, right?
BG3 won again. Mm-hmm. They won it last year as well. So, like 2 years ago, they cleaned up. They won everything.
Yep.
And then they got best community support, and then again. So, fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Claire Obscure won so many things. I'm just gonna go down the list. Best RPG. This one was steep. I mean, don't get me wrong. We had Monster Hunter Wilds, Outer Worlds 2, amazing game. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, amazing game. Avowed, pretty good game. And then Expedition 33, and it's like, yeah, but E33 was going to win.
Yeah.
I
thought that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 could have won that one.
Me too. And their developers were salty about it, though. And so I'm kind of glad they lost. Because they were like, we were robbed. And I was like, I don't think you were robbed.
Yeah, that was close.
If anything, you were nudged out of the way.
Yeah.
Lightly.
Right. They're also a AA Studios, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. Well, so I would say that, like, Warhorse Studios is. I wouldn't say that Deep Silver is. Deep Silver is kind of a big publisher. So they won Best RPG. They won Best Debut Indie Game, Best Independent Game. And I have some things to say about this. Like, obviously, like, Hollow Knight Silksong or, like, Blueprints or Dispatch or Megabonk being on the same list as Expedition 33.
It feels off.
It feels wrong and off. Yeah, there's just... like, Megabonk is made by one dude. Yeah. Sandfall had like 100 people working on this game. They're still an indie developer. They're still a, smaller developer. So it's almost like maybe they should split these categories up even further.
Yeah, no, I agree because, listen, I don't have to be a fan of a game to recognize that it is really good in a genre, right? And for me, that's Hollow Knight and Silksong. Like, those games, don't get me wrong, I think that they're incredible. They're just not for me. And I was very surprised that they didn't. Did they win anything?
I think Hollow Knight maybe did win something. Let me take a look. Hades 2 was on Best Independent Game as well. Hades 2 didn't win anything. I don't think Hollow Knight won anything. But let me just verify that, because if I don't, bro, like people. Oh no, they did again. They won Best Action Adventure.
Oh, okay.
And Best Action was Hades 2. So they did get some consolation prizes.
Yeah. That's good.
E33 also walked away with Best Score and Best Music, Best Art Direction, Best Narrative, Best Game Direction, and, of course, Game of the Year. Beautiful.
Yes. One of the ones they lost, what was it? Best sound direction or?
So they lost 2 categories. One of them was best sound design.
Sound design.
Here's my thing about best. It was best audio design.
Okay.
Best audio design is not best soundtrack or best score. There's a separate category for that, which E33 won. Out of all of them, that one wasn't close at all.
Yeah.
Like, I have sat there. I have YouTube videos bookmarked that are just clear obscure music for like an hour. And I'll just like put that shit on while I'm working or world building or whatever, and I just listen to it. I love it. The soundtrack is incredible. So best audio design though is the use of sound in the game and like how it impacts the game and how it's used in the game. Battlefield 6 won. I really hate this, and let me tell you why. Arc Raiders was not even nominated for this category. It hands down should have won. There's no competition. It has the best sound design of any game I've ever played. Like I said, it's not even close. Like the way that sound works in that game and the way that it is part of the game at all times is honestly breathtaking. And I'm over 200 hours in that game now, and I'm still blown away by it. So for it to not even get nominated is a complete sham. So Battlefield 6 did deserve to win here, and I hate it. Yeah, I hate it.
With all due respect to Battlefield 6, of course.
Sure. Yeah. Fuck them. But the other category that they lost, it was even more bullshit, which was player's voice. Which
I was surprised.
100% player vote. Well, no, and when I tell you what happened, you won't be. So the game that won was called Wuthering Waves, and it's one of these little gotcha loot box games. And they were giving out free pulls to people that voted for them. So they had a thing where, like, if you voted for them, you could get free shit in the game.
Oh.
Which, in my opinion, should have immediately disqualified them.
Should have.
And taken them out of it. So that's why they won. It was complete bullshit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, when I was watching the highlights, I almost just fast-forwarded past it because E33's got this one.
Got everything, yeah.
And then they said Wuthering Waves. I was like, I'm sorry, who?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that took me by surprise. Shout out to them.
And of course, all of the E33, staff, they all had the Sandfall. They were all in the baguette outfits, which was amazing.
I saw that. Oh, man. Are we ready to talk about some of the announcements?
Well, I do want to talk one more thing.
Okay.
So the director, his name, I'm going to fuck this up. It's Guillaume Broche.
All right.
It's probably Broque, some shit like that.
Okay.
Broque. Got to put a little in there. Broque. But yeah, I really loved that during his speech when he accepted Game of the Year, he actually thanked Hironobu Sakaguchi, which is the creator of Final Fantasy, and talked about how he inspired him to want to make video games and to be a game director. And that was amazing because like that was my childhood, growing up playing those Final Fantasy games. And all of Sakaguchi's games, like I really like Blue Dragon, I really love Lost Odyssey. So yeah, to have that be full circle and like see his clearly, if you played the game, that they grew up playing the same stuff we did. They love those games too. But just to have that be part of that moment was really cool. So
yeah, I did see that, and I thought that was also pretty nifty of him.
Yeah,
because if it were me and I just won that many awards, I'd be on my shit by the end of the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You'd be like, I want to thank the world's greatest co-host. And the rest of y'all can kick rocks. Fuck off. I'm about to go get drunk.
I'd be like, damn, man, I got to come up here again? Shit, man. Like, between these awards and my nuts, I don't know what's heavier. Like, man.
Those statuettes were actually apparently quite heavy.
That's what I heard.
Felicia Day almost dropped hers.
They made them bitches out of.
I don't know. Yeah. Unobtainium.
Oh, no.
But yeah, let's definitely get into some of the announcements. I do want to say, too, about the award show. I would like if more of the games got the full award treatment where they like are going to call the people up and let them make a speech and all that stuff, because they're like, oh, we're just going to flash these couple up real quick. I really hate that. If the show was like at 90 minutes or something, I could see that, but this shit was so long. And it's just like, okay, well, we're going to breeze through these 3 or 4 awards, and then now I'm going to show you 20 minutes of paid ads, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
It felt like it was flipped, you know, where maybe it should have been, obviously it should have been focused on the people who worked so hard on these video games and on their nominations and on the winners.
Right.
And then you get like, and here's a new game announcement or whatever. But the main focus should be on the nominees and the winners. Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. So I also want to say too, we're going into the announcements, and we'll get off of E33's dick here in a second. All 33 of them.
Oh, geez.
But they also dropped some DLC during the speech.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
So that went live last night. They added a bunch of new soundtracks, which are already available on Spotify. They released some tracks, some quests, some items, some pictos. So lots of new stuff to do. I haven't messed around with any of it. Like I said, I'm addicted helplessly to Arc Raiders and haven't played anything else. Speaking of, before we go, Arc Raiders won Best Multiplayer. What? And the audience went absolutely apeshit for this.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about these announcements, man. The biggest one early in the night, obviously, was we got Casey Hudson. We knew that there was going to be a Star Wars game. We knew that there was going to be a Total War game announced. We talked just the other day about maybe they were the same game. We found out early in the show they were not going to be the same game.
Yep.
We are getting Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic, a single-player game from Casey Hudson, who was the game director on Knights of the Old Republic 1 and also the entire Mass Effect trilogy.
That is... the proper term would be boner-inducing. I mean, because the Mass Effect trilogy and KOTOR, those games mean a lot to me. And when I think about like games that just really had me immersed, like those are some of the ones right there, you know?
Yeah.
How do you feel about this, man? What are you thinking?
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and warn you guys.
Oh, boy.
I got a little spicy take on this. It's not a The Bomb or like a, Beyond Insanity or none of that. It's not a Last Dab.
Okay.
But it's kind of a, maybe like a 4 or a 5, somewhere in there. Casey Hudson also, worked on some of the greatest games ever made, like Baldur's Gate 2, you mentioned Mass Effect, the original Neverwinter Nights, Jade Empire. He was also the studio director at BioWare when it went to shit. He also defended the ending to Mass Effect 3. He was the head of the studio during the entire development and release of Anthem. A absolute dog shit product. So when I tell you that my expectations are very tempered on this, that is where that's coming from. Not to mention, when are we going to get this? Because the teaser that was all CGI was only like 12 seconds.
Yeah.
We talked a little off mic, or were we on mic? Shit, I don't know. About the old KOTOR remake that was announced like 5 or 6 years ago that we still don't even have a screenshot for. So it's like, okay, we can talk about the Old Republic as much as you guys want to talk about it, but let me know when we actually have something to show, because the way I feel about this game, they said it's in early development. They also use the term action RPG, which I hate. So, like, where are we at in the development of this thing, and are we going to see it in 2031? You know, like how far out are we? Like, is this a PlayStation 6 launch title? You know,
this thing is going to go through so many different spin cycles of progression.
We probably won't see a peep out of it for 2 years. We won't see anything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that is where my expectations are heavily tempered on this. Mm-hmm. Whereas some of these other big announcements, you know, either have a release date in 2026, which, you know, just the game industry could possibly get pushed back.
Yeah.
But a lot of these games have a release date 2026, or, you know, they're at least shooting for 2027. And then we also have some announcements on here like this where it's just like, oh, we just want to tell you guys, we're going to make this game. Mm-hmm. Goodbye.
Yeah. We see y'all when we see y'all.
And the details on this. And I also, the other thing I don't like is them calling it a spiritual successor to KOTOR. I'm like, why not just an actual
successor? Yeah.
Why so spiritual? Like,
well, you know, it's good to, you know, get on your spiritual side every once in a while.
Yeah. Why not just, you know, KOTOR 3? Certainly Lucasfilm owns that shit, right? Like, they can license that out to whoever they want, right? Because, you know, Obsidian made the second one.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
I don't know.
So, and I guess the thing that had me confused is, are we willing to believe that they're working on 2 KOTOR games? And by that, I don't mean the same people, but like, are there really 2 KOTOR games in development right now?
Apparently, there's 2 Tomb Raider games in development right now.
Yeah, that caught me by surprise. When I saw that, I just assumed that one was going to be a sequel to the other, but I don't think they are.
No, they're not. And it's the exact same scenario. One of them is a remaster of the original Tomb Raider game from like 1995 or whatever. Yeah. Oh, well, it's a remake. It's not a remake. There's no amount of remastering you could do.
That's going to make it look like that. Yeah,
yeah, it's a complete from scratch remake.
The blocky titties are so blocky.
Yeah, it's like, so the one that's coming out, I think, next year is the remake of the original Tomb Raider. And then the one that's coming out the year after that is a sequel to the last Tomb Raider game.
So my thing is about this, right? For the one that's a remake of the original, how are you gonna explain her grabbing, was it a T-Rex by the tail and twirling that motherfucker and tossing him? Like,
I feel like they're gonna temper that.
They would have to, right?
Yeah. I feel like they're gonna make all that make more sense.
Okay, yeah. And maybe it wasn't a T-Rex, but it was a big ass animal that shouldn't have been where it is.
Yeah. Although there was still a raptor in the trailer or whatever.
Oh, well, shit. Yeah. Maybe they changed it to something that would be more believable if she could throw.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to Tomb Raider. Crystal Dynamics, they can't be working on these, I imagine. It has to be a new developer, right?
Well, Crystal Dynamics, I think, is working on.
Oh, okay.
On one of them, yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Obviously, like, let's not blue balls them. Let's talk about.
Okay.
Let's talk about Divinity, the new game from Larian Studios. If I have to tell you who they are, I'm not sure why you're watching this. But they are the developers of games such as Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2 and Baldur's Gate 3, which, if you haven't heard of that, you've definitely been living on a different planet for some time. And I actually hear on Colaxian 5 that Baldur's Gate 3 is very popular, so I don't know where you're hanging out at.
Well, you know, they get stuff late. They just won Game of the Year there.
Oh, right. Yeah. Like they Game of the Year 2025 or whatever their calendar is. Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, so you got to wait on translations, like the localization teams and stuff. Sometimes it takes a minute.
It does, and then they actually work meticulously to get the mouths to line up, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. Yeah. This Divinity trailer, even though like it's just a complete cinematic right now, boy, oh boy, I'll be honest, man. I like this cinematic. I really do. It for me, it has some heavy Diablo vibes going for it. But even if it just said like Larian, Divinity, coming soon, I would have still had the same reaction, like, oh shit.
Yeah. They really need to give us the grossest video game trailer I've ever seen. I'm not really sure where they were like where Sven was going with this. I wonder if he was just like, all right, we're gonna make like 10 versions of this trailer, and like one of them is gonna be like the most fucked up shit we can imagine, and then we're gonna scale each one of them down. And then when they go to submit the trailer for the Game Awards, we're gonna start with 10, and we just keep sending them and see like how far down we can get. And then they sent the first one, and the Game Awards was like, cool.
Yeah, that'll work.
And they were like,
he was like, Yeah, this was a wild trailer, and basically the gist of it is that like there's a towns full of people who are seemingly celebrating the burning of an effigy of a man within this idol, this wooden idol, and they are setting it ablaze. And this poor dude, I don't know what the fuck he did, but he is strapped in this bitch in the middle of this. I called it the Wicker Man.
Yeah, it had very Wicker Man vibes.
Yeah. And he is being tortured and burned alive. But then it's clearly for some sort of ritual, because something goes terribly. I don't know if it's terribly wrong or terribly right. I don't know what their intentions are, but shit seemingly hits the fan here, and then that's kind of when the trailer cuts out. This was very interesting. Very interesting. What are your thoughts on this, man?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you've played Original Sin 1 and 2, you know that Revelion is a really fucked up world where a lot of really crazy stuff happens. And I don't know if these people were under some kind of like spell or something that was making them act this way, or if they're just fucked up crazy ass people, because like they were having a grand old time with this, ritual murder. And old dude in the thing seemed like he was having a real bad time. And then like shit got even crazier, and then like everyone was having a real bad time. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to possibly tell you about this or whatnot, but when Larian comes out and says shit, I believe them.
Yeah.
So when they tell me that this game is bigger than BG3, it's the game they've been wanting to make for 20 years, and that they're finally coming out and doing this thing, I love it. I'm glad that they are making a game within their own IP that they own and control, and there's nobody to tell them no, and they can do whatever they want with it. I am beyond excited for this.
Yeah. This for me is this is the moneymaker.
But like I said, the game could have been called Barbie's Furry Adventure, and I still would have pre-ordered that shit on day one.
Yeah, when they have Barbie strapped up in this effigy and it's being set alive, so,
Yeah.
I don't know if that would have hit the target audience, unless we are the target audience.
I don't know if you've seen the Barbie movie, but it definitely would have been a Ken in there.
Oh, okay.
But like when all the puking was going on, it would have been like rainbows and sparkles.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, this, you could almost argue this was damn near unnecessarily gross.
It was super gross. It was like they tried to check off as many like trigger warnings as they could get. Like, oh, you think eye stuff is gross? Well, we got you.
Yep.
You think puke is gross? Well, we got you. You don't want to see somebody get burned alive? We got you. Like, they was like, let's just see how fucking grotesque we can make this thing.
And it was done so on purpose, because the transitions, we got the dude puking in the pig pen, and then immediately the pig eating the puke. We got dude in the effigy being tortured, and we see that like he's being literally stretched limb from limb, and that's like his muscle and tissue is being torn. We transition to someone in the crowd eating like a chicken leg, tearing the flesh from it. Yeah, man, this thing was gross.
It was so gross. It was the grossest game trailer I've ever seen.
Yeah, and like I said, for me, it reminded me of like a Diablo game trailer, because those are also extremely gross. But this is like on a whole nother level.
Yeah, it was something else. Mm-hmm. A new Control was announced. Control Resonant. Have you seen that? Heard about that?
I've seen some of it, I think, but I don't recall what it is. There were a bunch of new IPs that I just didn't recognize.
Well, Control.
Oh, like the Oh, like the game with like the girl with telekinesis.
Yeah.
I played that.
Yeah. So yeah, Control Resonance sequel.
Oh shit!
And it looks like they're going bigger and better. Like it looks wild. So
I really like that developer.
yeah,
I don't think I played a game of theirs that I didn't like.
Remedy.
Yeah, Remedy. That's right. They also made Quantum Break.
Yep,
That was a lot of fun.
Did you see the Requiem stuff from the Resident Evil?
Oh yes, I did. Resident Evil Requiem.
Absolutely fucking hyped,
Bro. I'm a Resident Evil fanboy. I love that franchise.
What's your favorite one?
I think I actually think my favorite one of all time, Resident Evil 2 Remake. I played that an obscene amount of times.
Yeah,
I absolutely love it. I think I don't want to say that it is the perfect remake, but god damn, it might be for me.
it's hard to top it. It's really, really good. I haven't played the Nemesis remake, but
It's faithful, but 3's not as good as 2.
Right.
Therein lies the problem.
yeah, you're not working with the original ingredients aren't as good. So you can't mix them together and come out with something better.
Right.
I agree. Like 2 and 3 were always amazing. Like growing up as a kid, Code V is my favorite.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'm a huge Code V fan. I just remember being absorbed into that game when I played on the Dreamcast for the first time. Absolutely amazing game. But yeah, 2 is like a close second for me.
Yeah.
So this looked awesome. Leon returning, and I love how they're sort of. The problem with Resident Evil, right, is you have fans of both of the gameplay types. You have the survival horror fans, and you have the action fans. The people who played 5 and the people who played 4, those are 2 different fucking game genres. Like, 5, I like 5.
Me too.
I thought it was a great game, especially the co-op stuff.
Yeah.
But the problem with 5 is it's not a goddamn survival horror game. It's a fucking action game.
Yeah.
It's a zombie action game.
Right.
And then 4 is the exact opposite. It's basically like a straight up survival horror game. Also a great game. 4.
Absolutely.
So when you look at both of those, it's like, how do you bring together the 2 like parts of the fandom?
They did it.
And this is the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, I think is Leon is going to be a more action oriented thing. And then when is it Ashcroft? What's the first name?
I forget that lady's name, but yeah, the other protagonist that we play as.
Yeah, so hers are going to be more survival horror.
Grace
Ashcroft.
Yep.
Going to be more survival horror-ish elements. And then Leon's are going to be more action. I think that's going to be a really cool split. As long as one of them isn't like shitty,
Right.
It can't be, oh god, I got to play as this person again. If they can do like Resident Evil 2 where you just really like both, then this thing is going to be just
tremendous.
It's going to be awesome. They could be looking at a game of the year. I mean, as long as they avoid coming out, at the same time as whatever fucking Larian is doing.
That's coming out next year.
Divinity?
I mean, no, not Divinity, but Requiem, right?
Yeah. There's no way we're going to get Divinity next year, so that's fine.
Yeah. It comes out in February, actually.
Yeah, so maybe.
But if GTA 6 comes out, we got another.
Shit. What's the release date on 6 right now?
November.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I was going to say, it might not even make the awards. I don't know, though. Has a GTA game ever won Game of the Year, or has the Game Awards not been around long enough?
If it won one, it would have been either 5.
It would have been
2013.
5. Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, but they also release one now every fucking
decade.
Yeah. But I am so excited for Requiem, though. Man, I think that now they have their what do they call it? The Stalker system. I think they have that finally tuned now. When I don't know if you ever played 7.
Which one of them is bad? Is it 6 that's really bad?
Oh yeah, 6 is awful.
Yeah, 6 is like the one that everyone hates.
Avoid 6 at all costs.
Yeah, I unfortunately played that shit for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah, it was real bad.
Yeah.
6 is real bad. It was so bad that it caused them to make 7, which was that's like the reboot.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it's good. It's pretty good actually. The first third of that is, I would probably give it a 9. Like the first third is amazing. It feels like you're playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre if it were good, you know.
Yeah, like when they did 7, 7 felt like they were trying to go for more of a 4 vibe. You know, they wanted to get that vibe back.
Right. Except I think it was even more survival because you're not playing as Leon, you're playing as just some fucking dude named Ethan.
Yeah, just some fucking dude.
But the reason I brought that up though is because the first stalker in that, well, I guess the only real stalker in that game is Jack. He's like the paternal figure of that household, and there were moments in that where they legit got me. Like I was damn near fucking terrified the first time I played that game because they set you up in a way that you think that you're in control, and you get an item that you need, and you hear the fucker. And so, you beeline to where you need to be, and he comes bursting through a fucking wall right in front of you. Had to fucking pause the game. Like, yeah. But I love that because that was the reintroduction of the Stalker system that we haven't gotten since 2 and 3, really.
Yeah.
And then in 8, there's Lady Demestru, who was memed into oblivion. And I'll be honest, 8 is more like 5 for me, where it is more leaning on like the action elements. It's just also weird. You fight giant sexy lady. You fight fucking redneck Magneto and a puppet. Like those are like the things that you're fighting here. It's like I don't know what to do with this.
Did Hideo Kojima make this game or?
I think he gave notes.
Yeah,
had to have.
It's like, well, this is what I would do.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I bring that up also just because Lady D was not a really good stalker. She just was annoying. Like, I need to get to this area. Move out of the way, please. But yeah, the stalker system in Requiem looks fantastic because I've seen gameplay footage of Grace, like, just trying to maneuver around, like, the house that she's in, and the character model moves like they're terrified and trying to be, stealthy and quiet.
Also, aren't they in the mansion? Like the mansion?
I think it's the mansion.
Yeah, which of course popped me.
Right. And the stalker in this thing looks fucking terrifying. Like maybe the scariest looking stalker I've gotten yet. And in the way that it moves, in the way that it actually hunts you even more so than the other ones, I think is going to make this pretty nifty.
Yeah. Yeah, because, when we first got in 2 and in 3 was like the way that Nemesis would fuck and bust in on you was nuts back then. Mm-hmm. But, of course, now you look at it, it's like, okay, those are all just completely pre-scripted.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, right here he's going to bust in on you. There's nothing you could do to affect that one way or the other. Yeah. It's just at this moment he's going to bust in.
Right.
Whereas, like, now they actually have the, like, technology to make dynamic systems where it's going to happen at different times.
Yeah. And
you really, truly never know, even if you played the game before.
2 did something that was pretty clever. So the first time I played the 2 remake, there is a scripted point where he first comes in. And so I beat the game, New Game Plus. I know where to expect him at now. New Game Plus, he comes in at a different point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And, because it's supposed to be this big moment, helicopter crash, half the room's on fire. You're trying to navigate through it, and then he moves the helicopter out of the way, and there he is. In New Game Plus, you just like walking down the hallway. You're like, oh, fuck.
It's the tyrant.
Good old S gonna give it to you. Yeah. Good shit, though. Really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, me too.
With it being February, man, that's right around the corner.
Yeah.
See, we talked about the Tomb Raider. Oh, yeah, and I see, Control. Which, man, that was like an underrated game, really.
So I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but Diablo 4 announced their big expansion, and then they shadow dropped it, and they were like, it's available now. And I was on Discord with some people that were trying to play it, and that shit was super busted, even like 2-3 hours after the Game Awards went off. So yeah, they fucked that up last night.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah.
This could have been their moment of redemption, and they just shat the bed.
Did you see the trailer for Pragmata?
No.
It's like the dude in the mech suit with the little girl.
Oh, yeah, I did see that, actually. Yeah. That looked interesting. Who's making that?
So apparently, like, the demo for that on PC is out right now. It's Capcom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Capcom actually had a lot of shit at this thing. We got a new D&D game announcement.
Yeah, that's right.
Warlock. Yeah, from Wizards of the Coast. It's an official Dungeons and Dragons game. Look, man, I'll tell you right now, Wizards of the Coast will slap Dungeons and Dragons on fucking anybody that wants to pay for the logo. Yep. So while it looked cool to me, you know, and I was watching the trailer and I nerded out, I was like, oh, she has a Dead 3 tattoo on her eye. Before they even flashed D&D, I was like, no, that's a Dead 3. Like, this is a D&D thing. And, you know, I love this kind of idea of, like, we're going to have this, like, kind of spell sword warlock, you know, they wield a sword and cast spells and all this other stuff. Really a great class to base a video game around. But don't get your hype up too crazy for this, guys, because the vast majority of D&D, like, official label games are kind of ass.
I mean, there is a lot of them, actually.
Yeah, don't let Baldur's Gate 3, you know, honey dick you into thinking that, like, this is going to be, you know, everything with Baldur's Gate on it from now on, or that even with D&D stamped on it from now on is just going to be mind-blowing, you know.
I feel so bad for whoever inevitably makes the next Baldur's Gate game.
Oh, my God. The only thing I can really say for them is, like, you need to get as much of the cast back as you can.
Do you think that, yes, it's wise, but do you think that's completely the best approach to bring back the same characters?
I'm not saying bring back everybody, but, like, I think you give Neil Newman whatever he wants, and I think you give Jennifer English whatever they want, and try to get at least the two of them back. They're probably the most beloved.
I would bring them back in like a Chihira and Minx type role, where they're there, but they're not the central focus.
See, I kind of hate that because I wanted them to have a bigger role, especially Minx. But, like, they both got 2 games before they got relegated to that. Like, they're both heavily in 1 and 2.
True.
So I would love to see them have maybe like a medium-sized role in the next one, and then, you know, maybe kind of have them start to cameo after that. Obviously, with anything like this, you need to build new characters, but I think that you need to get some of the voice cast back and have these other, you know, these characters come in. But I think Astarion is so loved. You know, I think they really should try to get him regardless. Even if they can only get him for, like, you know, a small portion of the game and then just, you know, pull a fucking, what was it?
Red Dead 2?
No, well, that too, but I was going to say pull a Echo and be like, oh, you know, Kingpin and Daredevil are all up in this shit. Just to be like, featuring a return of Astarion. Put him on the cover, like...
Yeah, make sure he's in all the trailers and the money shots.
Yeah. And he's only in the game like 30 minutes, yeah.
Oh, dog. Goddamn.
So I want to talk about another big announcement here. So as soon as we saw the Old Republic announcement, I immediately knew that the Total War announcement was not Star Wars. And so as soon as I saw that, I was like, it's going to be 40K. And I think this was the most impressive looking thing for me that I saw was the Total War trailer. Did you see it?
Actually, I didn't. I saw the announcement, but I didn't see the trailer.
Yeah, so I actually won't spoil it for you as far as the trailer goes because it's actually a really cool, fucking kind of breathtaking moment in the trailer.
Okay.
But this was announced for PC and consoles, which is cool, really cool. This is the first for the Total War series. Creative Assembly does have experience with this. They actually made Halo Wars 2, which was for console and was quite good. So it's going to be really cool, but it's one of those things where the trailer makes you kind of believe like, oh, this is just going to be a CGI like a lot of the shit we saw last night, and then it's like, oh no, motherfucker, like we got a lot to show you, and then it's just kind of here we are.
Okay.
And so yeah, it was really really good. So
I'm gonna have to peep that then.
I would absolutely love if we could get this into next year, but I really think it'll be a 2028 release. But
2028,
I will be ready no matter what.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, it's clear they've been working on it for a while. The other game they announced a few weeks ago was Medieval 3, which I'm also really really hyped for. But I think it's gonna be a while before we get that one. I think that's 2029 maybe.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Dog. I'll be getting old by then. Hell,
Yeah,
I'm getting old now.
Yeah.
Lego Batman.
I know you hate the movie.
I do.
And so do I.
But
game looks alright.
Game looks good, man. Game looks good. And also, one of the reasons why I was so disappointed in the Lego Batman movie is because it didn't follow the formula of the previous Lego Batman games.
Right.
Those games I thought were great, actually. And I mentioned this before, but the reason that the Lego Batman games are so good and I don't like the movie is because Batman plays it straight in those games.
Yeah.
Even though it's completely ridiculous.
Yes.
Batman always plays the shit straight. And it's fantastic. Whereas Will Arnett is he's trying to be funny and trying to just say it, or Batman's just doing whatever is comedic. Where in the actual comedy of it all is having Batman play it straight and amongst all this ridiculous shit going on.
Correct.
That's the real comedy of it.
Yes.
But the Lego Batman games have always gotten that, and I think they have it here again.
It looks really good. And the combat system actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of fucked that WB Games can't put out a good DC game. But this game looks good.
I know. There's something to be said about that, right? Like, this Lego Batman game was really good. We didn't get anything new about the Wolverine game, but that looked really good when that trailer dropped.
Yes. I thought we were going to get a release date for that one.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Insomniac didn't come with anything. That surprised me.
Another one that looked interesting to me. Did you see the trailer for Bradley the Badger?
No, I think I would have remembered that.
Yeah. It's kind of got Spyro / Gex into the Gecko vibes.
Oh, shit.
So the premise of it is kind of this dude wakes up and he's in an unfinished video game. Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm going to go on my platform and video game adventure. And then it's the game's not done,
Oh, shit.
And so there's intentionally bugs and shit.
Yeah.
And then there'll be a point where he'll get to be like, oh man, I guess the developers didn't put this fucking bridge in yet. And he pulls the bridge out. It's kind of this very meta sort of fourth wall breaking thing. Which I feel if it's done well, could be incredible, really, really interesting, or it could be obnoxious. It just depends on how to do it.
That has potential to be great. I can support something like that.
It looks cool though. Apparently there's, he gets kind of the, Kenny with the PSP, he kind of gets control over the thing, over the game, and so you see where he can make himself bigger or smaller and do all this other cool stuff and create objects. It looks like it's going to be really good. So just based on the trailer, but it's way harder to make a great game than just to make a great trailer. So
very true. Yeah. Is that on all consoles?
I think that's, let's see. It is coming to, also there was some kind of hilarious nods in it. They had The Last Badger, which was The Last of Us. RIP. They had Badgerborn. They had Cyber Badger, which is a Cyberpunk 2077. It looked like they had a lot of really interesting kind of plays on some of these other games. Let's see. It is coming out. Oh, apparently Red Dead Redemption's lead designer and writer is working on this game.
God damn.
Correct. Which is crazy.
Yeah, I did not see that.
Oh, and Evan Peters is voicing the main character.
That's great.
As well, yeah. Yeah, it's the first game from Day for Night Studios, which is founded alongside Christian Cantamessa, who worked on Red Dead Redemption, Perfect Dark, and Shadow of Mordor.
Damn.
It's all former Ubisoft employees. Which the other two people that are working on it, Christina Nava and Gian Marco, previously worked on the Mario plus Rabbids game and Ghost Recon. I feel like that's kind of a leap.
Yeah,
but
that's...
yeah, but so it is coming up for. Let's see. Trying to see like when it is actually coming out, or not when it's coming out, but like what it's actually going to be on.
Right.
I think it's Switch 2 and PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
So PC it is.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But it looks really cool.
I gotta check that out too. That sounds interesting. Did you see the trailer for Loop?
I did.
And what you think of it? I thought that. Well, I saw that it's from the Left 4 Dead designer.
Yeah.
And
and J.J. Abrams.
Oh yeah, and J.J. Abrams. So there would be lens flare.
Yeah. Let there be flare.
Yeah. And I saw the trailer for this one too, and I thought it looked pretty interesting. I don't know if it can revitalize that same feeling that people had back in like 2009 when Left 4 Dead was huge, but if they can capture that lightning in the ball again, I think they'll have another winner.
Yeah.
Were you a fan of Left 4 Dead?
I thought it was okay.
Okay.
It's one of those games where it's like, I'm never going to be like, you guys, I'm hosting like Left 4 Dead this Friday, need you guys on. But if you guys are like, hey man, we're going to play some Left 4 Dead, you want to play? I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to play. I have fun with it for a few hours and I'll never touch it again. It's one of those games for me. Where it's like, it doesn't hold me for a long time.
Yeah.
you're not going to catch me on an 8-hour Left 4 Dead binge.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's some games with the gameplay loop I can't play for that long straight.
Yeah.
But I would be able to play something like that for maybe 4 hours with the right group of people.
Right.
Yeah.
4 Loop looked interesting. I'm going to temper my expectations with this one. We can't be like, well, J.J. Abrams never fucked up anything. So you took a drink at the wrong time.
I did. I really did.
I'll be honest, like parts of it look terrible, but the idea seems cool. So
yeah. It is very interesting in concept. I want to see how they land with this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of just looked like a really gross ass 3D printer,
Were you surprised at anything we didn't get?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of shocked that Witcher 4 wasn't present. A lot of people thought that's what was coming at the end when they were like, we got one more big announcement, then we're going to get the game of the year. And then the big announcement was some stupid fucking hero shooter that I've already, free-to-play hero shooter. I've already forgotten the name of it. It looked generic as hell. And I'm like, this game won't exist in 6 months. It's going to come out, flop, and be gone in 6 months.
Well, for their sake, I hope not, because they had to pay big money for that slot.
Yeah, and that's why it's kind of like that's one of my issues with this format is just like that slot went to whoever was willing to pay for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they didn't have like a whole fucking theatrical performance to come down like I think it was Divinity. Yeah.
No. It was garbage, dude. It was it was like literally somebody in the audience yelled no. It may have been Gal Gadot. I'm just not sure.
God damn it.
Kalel, no.
Oh no!
You know, we haven't had a Madam Web reference on the pod in a while, so I decided to bring a Pepsi tonight.
Thank you.
Just in case she's out here webbing.
I mean, yeah. For those of you who have seen Madam Web, you know that vehicular manslaughter is her real superpower. And but if you have Pepsi, that will save you.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, all the product placement, absolutely.
Yep.
And you know, you may be thinking, but aren't you guys on the second floor of this building? That doesn't stop Madam Web. If you've seen the movie, you're not safe on any floor.
If you are on a continent that has motor vehicles, you're not safe from Madam Web.
Absolutely, yeah.
And if you've read any Madam Web comics, then you won't know about her superpowers, which are vehicular manslaughter, and you know, messing up family trees.
Yeah, it still blows my fucking mind how Sony doesn't know Spider-Man's family tree. It's like they didn't go way back in the day. They just went that one generation.
yeah, to like characters that are in the movies that they made.
Holy shit. Okay. All right. It's good to know that this, these 2 years later, Madam Web still brings laughter. So, oh man, what else do we have here at this gaming award?
I was just reminded of the fact that Sony spent $100 million making K-pop Demon Hunters, sold that shit to Netflix for the low because they didn't think it was going to make any money, and then Netflix has made like tons of money off of it. Anyway, fucking Sony, LOL. But yeah, No Witcher 4 was shocking.
Yeah, that was shocking, man. That's something that we even spoke about on the last episode we did, you know?
Yeah. I also got to say that I was watching the Game Awards, and it was like, it felt like damn near every 10 minutes. They'd be like, we'd get the coming to PlayStation 5. And then it would be a fucking Asian coded, fucking vague mythological Souls game. It was just like, I mean, I actually had said earlier in the night, I was like, I need there to be less Black Myth Wukong and Neo clones in this fucking thing. And then Neo 3 got announced.
Oh, gosh.
I was like, how many of these are there going to be? And it was just like over and over and over again. It'd be like, here's this new game trailer, and it would be the same shit. And I'm like, they're all shovelware.
My thing of it is like, if you are a huge fan of this genre, doesn't this just water down the market for you some?
Yeah.
I would think so. Like, it's not my preferred genre of video games, but let's say that my preferred genre of video games, like, I don't know, RPGs. Yeah, but let's say that like there was a Baldur's 3 clone that came out every 6 to 8 months. I think I would get real fucking tired of that real quick. It's just an issue of too much of a good thing isn't a good thing anymore. Like, that thing just doesn't feel that special or unique. There's just so many goddamn Souls-like games, and I think that we can kind of pump the brakes on these a little bit. I don't know. But I mean, you know, teach their own. So it is weird though that apparently Sony did announce so many of these type games, but hey,
it's actually funny that you mentioned that because there during the Game Awards we got this game called Solasta 2, and it is Baldur's Gate clone as fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Doesn't this just look like Baldur's Gate Light?
That is Temu Baldur's Gate to the extreme, dog.
And they got Alicia Taylor and Devorah Wild to be in it. Like,
of course they did.
Yeah.
Fucking course.
Yeah, like I think this is Devorah Wild's character, and then I think this is Alicia Taylor's character.
Bruh, I'll tell you what this is. BG3 is like the Avengers movies, and this is the Avengers video game.
Yeah. Ben Starr is playing this guy. So, like, the voice cast is actually dope.
Yeah, it's a great voice cast.
But
hell, the Avengers game had a great voice cast.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, as soon as you were like, yeah, man, if they released a BG3 clone every couple months, I was like, actually. I was like, that actually reminded me. There is one more game I wanted to talk about. I'll be honest, though. I might pick that up. It looked pretty decent. It almost looks more like a Baldur's Gate Tactics. I know that seems weird, but it seems like it might have some almost more tactical game. Maybe like a TRPG, like a Final Fantasy Tactics.
Shit, that'd be cool. If we could get another tactical game that's along the same lines of Final Fantasy Tactics,
Yeah. You seen the remaster they did for that?
Yeah.
It's dope as hell. That's such a great game.
It is. Yeah. Tactics has always been great. Kind of speaking of which, not in the same vein, but we're just talking about BG3, so kind of a similar vein. I want to go back to Divinity real quick. We spoke briefly about this a few days ago, but now that we've gotten this creepy ass cinematic trailer, what would you want to see from this Divinity game?
Well, I think this is kind of the launch of the Divinity IP, right? Like, Original Sin 1 and 2 was really them getting their, feet wet. Obviously, they had Beyond Divinity, they had Divine Divinity. They've clearly always wanted to make this, but they did not have the money, the tech, or the notoriety to do it. Now they have all three.
Yeah.
So now this is where they say, we're going to make the game we truly have always wanted to make, but we couldn't for whatever reason. There's nothing in their way now. So for them to say that this is going to be bigger, bolder, better than Baldur's Gate 3, I believe them. They have that much credit with me. And they said that they want it to be even more reactive to the player than Baldur's Gate 3 was.
Ooh, that's impressive.
Which, that is mind-blowing because Baldur's Gate 3 is so reactive that the player a lot of times doesn't even realize how reactive it is because as gamers, we're very programmed into the most decision making I've been able to do in 20 years is Mass Effect. And even then, it's a very simple, I say simple, but it's actually very complex for them to do this, even now. It's like, okay, well, if I do this, then later on, this or this might happen.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a tree or a spreadsheet. Whereas Baldur's Gate is not that at all. You can do very minor things that have a big outcome on the game or whatever it is, and you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Because
it's just cooked into the core story.
Yeah, so much of it's going on in the background. And so for them to say, okay, we want to make it even more reactive than that is absolutely bonkers. That's one of the reasons that Act 3 had so many problems. When it first came out, like the performance in Act 3 was really bad on a lot of systems. And a lot of that, a lot of people thought, oh, well, it's just because it's a big ass city or whatever, and there's all these NPCs. That is part of it. But the main thing was all the background processes that's going on. That's like, okay, well, this person is going to go here and do this. And then if the player does this, then that sets off a chain reaction of this, and this.
Right.
There's constantly a million things your processor's doing in the background when you get to Act 3. And, that just added up over time, too. It just kind of snowballed. So
I never thought about it from that perspective, but that's a great point. Yeah. When I was actually talking to the homies Kevin and Tame just last night when we were gaming about Divinity.
Peacemaker?
Well, you know what? That did come up. That was actually the first thing that Kevin said. Yeah, hey, man, when was the last time you seen? When I saw that Larian had announced Divinity, I said, oh shit, boys. I said, we got action. Because they both also play a lot of Divinity as well. And then we started talking about like what makes Divinity so damn special and unique. And I said that for me, I think that Divinity, it is as easy or as hard as you make it. And the game completely awards you for your creativity. You may look at it as like doing something that cheeses the game or doing something that quote unquote breaks the game. Like Larian is fully aware of all of the little things and nuances in that game that you can do to either maximize or minimize your own experience. It's up to you. And the fact that they reward the players for their creativity in the Divinity games, I thought was always like one of their strongest suits. I mean, homies, if you guys could see some of the fucked up, busted ass builds that the homie Kevin and I did beating those games, it's fucking tremendous. And I hope that they can keep that same kind of feel. You know, it was different with BG3. Obviously, BG3 is an amazing game, but it's like we said the other day, just because they're trying to build in a D&D type system, they can't technically creatively do all the same things they did with Divinity.
Right.
But with this Divinity game coming out, it's like you said just earlier, they can do whatever they want. It's their own IP. And so I'm really hoping that they can double or even triple down on just the amount of potential player creativity. For me, that will be chef's kiss.
Yeah, they said that, you know, there were things that, you know, Wizard of the Coast wouldn't let them allow. That won't be the case this time. They're going to be able to do whatever they want, which means we're probably going to get a full, like, DM style creation kit for this thing. Because they had that in the original Sin 2 where you could make your own, like, campaigns and stuff.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, so it will be interesting to see how things go. I'm very excited for Divinity. I really want to see what they do with it. You know, and hopefully they can get that inventory management thing fixed. As a matter of fact, we were just talking today with the homie Oz and the homie Dylan, and we actually plan to do a playthrough of that because the two of them have never beat it.
That would be amazing.
And I don't know if I have actually played it since they fixed the last act.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, you know, when it originally came out, there was like, the last act was bare bones as fuck.
Yeah.
And then apparently they fixed it, but I don't know that I ever went back and played it after that.
I feel confident that I did.
Yeah, you've played it a lot more than I have.
Yeah. Because
I only have like 2 playthroughs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I got at least 5 on 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is actually something with DOS 1 and 2 that was similar. Was that like third act is by far the most bare of all the acts. But they did, if I remember correctly, they did do some things to really help beef up the third act and the second one that help make it feel a little bit more complete. Because it's like you'll spend, if the game is 80 hours, you'll spend like 45 in Act 1, and then you'll spend like, you know, another 35 in Act 2, and then, you know, whatever's left is what you got for Act 3.
Another thing that they did in BG3 that was really good is, like, I felt like in Original Sin, it benefited you more to play as the pre-made characters. Whereas, you know, in Baldur's Gate, they had not one but 2 storylines specific to Tav.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you make your own character from scratch. And then also you could play as the companion characters and, like, experience the game from their point of view. But I feel like they did a really good job in Baldur's Gate 3 of, like, you know, if you never played as Shadow, if you weren't going to play as Shadowheart, you could get her whole story basically. For, you know, and in Divinity, it's like, well, I mean, Loesch can get killed in the first bit.
Yeah.
And, you
fuck
know.
them. Yeah. Any of them.
Actually, any of them, but she's the most likely. But any of them can just be gone, or hell, it's possible that you don't even encounter a couple of them.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I think Red Prince, you can miss the fuck out of him.
You can just walk right past him on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, be like, man, that's a red-ass lizard. Anyway.
Oh, well. Yeah. That's facts, though. Oh, man. But words cannot explain how incredibly excited I am for this new Divinity game.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes out.
If nothing else, I do feel like we are finally getting a little bit of a shift in the game industry. Obviously, you've still got a ton of these industries that are trying to mine it for every dollar they can get out of it. But it does at least feel like some of the predatory practices, gamers are realizing that they are insanely predatory and kind of backing away from them now. We still got a long way to go, but like, it's hard to imagine 10 years ago seeing this many, single A, double A indie games be this heavily focused on. Like, no shitting on E30 or on E33 on E3 back in the day, but fucking Claire Obscure wouldn't have got a huge spot there.
No.
At those it was Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony, Ubisoft, EA.
Yeah.
And then everything else.
Right. Yeah. And maybe a performance by Usher for some reason.
Yeah. They had a weird ass performance by Evanescence.
Oh, wow.
Last night, yeah.
Okay, I missed that.
Apparently they did a song on the new Devil May Cry or something like that.
Oh, that does seem accurate.
So we kind of glanced over this one. Last of Us Season 2 won Best Adaptation.
Bro.
And there were audible boos from the crowd. Now, granted, when I looked at that list of other things...
It was stiff competition in a different regard.
Yeah. Like, I heard the Devil May Cry show is okay.
Yeah.
I know the other shit on that list was horrible, though. Like
Minecraft?
Like, if I got to pick between Last of Us Season 2 and the Minecraft movie, sign me the fuck up for some Ellie random-ass decisions. They can kill Pedro Pascal every week.
Yeah. They can do it with the wiffle ball bat for all I care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah.
Bro, yeah, but when I saw that Last of Us Season 2 won Best Adaptation, I audibly laughed.
Yeah, the crowd in attendance at the Game Awards audibly booed. It was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Because we've said this before. People who love Last of Us Part 2 video game, people who don't love the Last of Us Part 2 video game, both agree that season ain't it.
Yeah. My friend Brent won't even watch the first season. I was like, well, dog, you definitely want to watch the second one.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. I mean, because if he watches season 1 and likes it, he might feel inclined to watch season 2.
Yeah. Yeah, but he actually likes both the games.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, well, you still would hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, the reason that to hate season 2 of it's like a Venn diagram, right? It's like there's over here we have reasons to hate season 2 of the show, and then over here we have reasons to hate the second game. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, that middle bubble is big.
Yeah, it's like,
but then there's also quite a bit on the outside.
Oh man. When that season came out, I told you that I went back through and I replayed through The Last of Us Part 2.
You're a brave soul.
I really was, man. Like, yeah, that was an experience. It was better the second time around because I knew what this game was all about. So like they couldn't surprise me with vast amounts of disappointment again.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy it a lot more in my second playthrough. However, it is way better if you just add your own commentary for that last fight. I still think it's hilarious, and I don't think that that's the response I'm supposed to have. But this much I can say, man. Ellie and Abby, those two fighting, if there's no other reasons for me to keep watching the TV show, I need to see those two actors pull off those fights. I need to see it.
Right.
Yeah, I think that would be some of the most hilarious shit that I've seen in a long time.
Speaking of Jeffrey and
Jeffrey Wright
and his Jeffrey and Elijah, his son's Elijah. They actually presented last night at the Game Awards, and it was cool to see them. I didn't know that they were both in Dispatch. I need to play some Dispatch, bro, because the cast for fucking Dispatch is incredible.
What is Dispatch?
That's see. Maybe you shouldn't
ask questions.
Maybe you shouldn't ask questions about that.
Oh boy.
So let me see what Gemini says about it. It's a narrative-driven superhero workplace comedy game where you play a former hero, Mecha Man, which is voiced by Aaron Paul, and you now work as a dispatcher for a team of misfit ex-villains. So here's basically what happens, right? Is you work for like 911 superhero.
Yeah.
So like fucked up shit happens and you're like the guy in the chair. Mm-hmm. It's kind of brilliant actually.
Yeah.
And you have to like pick the hero to send to the thing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and then like a thing happens. Mm-hmm. The voice cast is absolutely, this may be the best voice cast I've ever seen for a video game. Aaron Paul, Laura Bailey is in it. Jeffrey Wright and his son. Matt Mercer is in it. Pretty much all of the Critical Role people are in it. Travis Willingham, Liam O'Brien, Taliesin, Ashley Johnson, Marisha Ray, like Sam Riegel, they're all in it.
God damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. So there's a lot.
What's that on?
It's on PC.
Okay.
I think it may be on other places.
Dispatch. I'm gonna have to look into that one.
Yeah. So it's very popular right now on the various streamer platforms.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
I can get jiggy with that.
So it seems cool as fuck.
What else do we have, man?
I think that might be it, man. I think we might be G2G.
Yeah. We VGA'd hard. You know?
Yeah, I mean, let us know. What was your favorite moment at the Game Awards? Was there anything? There was a ton of I feel like there was 100 fucking trailers. So if there was anything that we didn't cover that you would like, that maybe got you excited about or you're hyped about, let us know, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, always curious to know what you guys think, except for when I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, or unless you have a really basic bitch take to counter one of mine.
Oh, that's always fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love those. Love it all.
Apparently, any of our complaints about Stranger Things, which we all loved and gave 8.5s across the board.
Gave glowing reviews.
Yeah, but it's like, how dare you, analyze any of this and point out any of these things.
Shame on us, really. If you think about it, it is our fault.
We can't go yet. The fucking Street Fighter movie.
Yeah. Street Fighter, yes. Man, what you think of the trailer?
I'm gonna be honest, man. It looks worse than the first one. It looks like what I would expect to find if I searched Street Fighter fan made movie on YouTube. I mean, obviously it wouldn't have Cody Rhodes in it.
Right.
But holy shit, man. This looks horrible. This has got to have, the cast to box office ratio for this is going to be abysmal. Jason Momoa was also drunk as shit during this.
Oh, well.
I really don't want to see him in anything anymore. Just being straight up.
I'm going to be real with you, man. I'm probably going to be there day one to see this. Despite everything I just said, will go with you. I feel like it's going to be a fucking train wreck, but I still want to see it. Yeah, for me, it's kind of a win-win because I look at this trailer and I agree with everything you just said. However, I look at this trailer and I'd be damned if it doesn't look like Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And I like Street Fighter. I mean, obviously, the look of the characters, for the most part, that's how they're supposed to look.
I was just going to ask what you thought about their casting for Chun-Li.
So that's the big one for me. You know that.
I do know that.
Yeah, that Chun-Li, for no reason explicitly, is my favorite Street Fighter. It's because she's just great. Yeah. She's great. We didn't get enough Chun-Li for me to really sink my teeth into.
Cody Rhodes, hilarious. And Roman also.
Yeah.
The Andrew Schultz dig in Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did you catch that?
I saw that.
That was the most hilarious shit ever. I'm like, did the people who made the movie did they okay that, or did he just do that shit?
Well, he's a comedian, so he probably didn't get that okayed.
It was hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Lost my shit.
Right.
That shit was so good.
That was a good dig.
Mortal Kombat 2 probably will be trash. So
see, I'm looking forward to that one too.
Yeah, well, I hated the first one. So.
Oh yeah, but this one I think they learned their lesson. At least looking at the trailer, it looks like they did.
The trailer does look better to me. Yeah. Johnny Cage is my favorite Mortal Kombat character. So
yeah, I think Carl Urban is a bit of a miscast for Johnny, but he's a big name, So
honestly, they could have got Cody Rhodes for that.
I'll be honest, man. The Miz would have been a pretty decent Johnny Cage.
Yes. Yeah.
But alas, yeah, man. This Street Fighter trailer, you're not wrong. It does look like, what the fuck is this? But at the same time, man, like I say, it's a win-win because either they actually do pull it off and it has the fun, campy, corny vibe of Street Fighter, but with cool action scenes. And they are doing the one thing that the Mortal Kombat movie from a few years ago really fucked up at. They're sticking to the characters.
Yeah.
But if this Street Fighter movie is a complete train wreck and just a fucking mess, it'll still be a fun time.
They definitely spared no expense. They flew the whole fucking cast out there for this thing.
Yeah, the whole yeah, that's a lot, bro.
It was a lot of people, man.
And they got some names in this, man. In a lot of these, it's some of them people won't recognize. Obviously, if you're not a WWE fan, you won't recognize Cody Rhodes as Guile or Roman Reigns as Akuma. But they got Alexander Volkanovski, UFC champ, to be in this movie. They got
that motherfucker is enormous.
No, actually, he's one of the smaller guys.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy that's playing Zangief.
That motherfucker is enormous.
Yeah, I don't know where they grew that guy in a lab somewhere.
You're not supposed to be able to actually find somebody who looks like Zangief,
but he really does.
Yeah.
He looks just like him.
Right. Another thing I have to give the movie props for is the accuracy of the moves they did.
Yeah.
Zangief, we mentioned him, that fucking spinning fucking brain buster that he does. That should look great.
Yeah.
Guile with his, what is that, the eagle kick or whatever it's called
that
he did. Yeah. I noticed that they didn't show any of the sonic booms or the Hadoukens or any of that. That means they're either saving it for the movie or it looks like garbage. I don't know. We'll see.
Or they're not going to do any of that shit, which would be worse.
I don't think you dedicate that kind of aesthetic to the movie and you don't do
right
moves.
It looks terrible. it looks fucking awful, bro.
Oh shit.
It looks absolutely terrible, but I might be here for it. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll find out because it comes out soon, doesn't it?
I think October though.
Oh, okay, but this year or next year.
Next year.
Okay.
Yeah. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, sometime next year.
Yeah, I knew we had to talk about that one before we get out of here.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Street Fighter.
Yep.
Oh boy. Well, on that note, yeah, last time we ended on the Quentin Tarantino, Paul Dano beef, and tonight we end on good old Street Fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised the internet isn't kind of in an uproar about it or whatever.
About what? Street Fighter?
Yeah, I mean about them casting a black guy as Guile.
All right, homies. So that's going to be all for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this as much as I did until about 15 seconds ago.
Yeah, if you don't get that reference, just look up Cody Rhodes on Reddit or YouTube.
Yeah, Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Yeah, Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Yeah. Homies, that's going to be all for this one, but we will see you guys again very soon when we do our 2025 wrap-up review.
That's right. We're going to have some help for that one.
Yes.
The homies Lauren and Kay will be here.
Right here. It's going to be a good time, folks. It's going to take a look back at the year, at all the things that we love, from books and comics and TV shows and movies and video games and and talk about all of the best of this year. So be sure to check that out. But that's going to be all for this one, folks. So until next time, my name is Superhero Homie Q.
I'm Superhero Homie Caleb.